An 85-pound Doberman named Juno refuses to let a single stranger get near her little boy. Not at the park, not at the store, not for 1 second. When this couple first brought their newborn home, everyone said the exact same thing. That dog is dangerous. Get rid of her before the baby gets hurt. An 85-pound Doberman raised in the same house as a newborn, the neighbors called it reckless, even cruel. 43 different people told them to rehome her. 43. And then, on an ordinary Saturday morning at a crowded Florida market, the dog everyone feared did the one thing not a single adult standing there was fast enough to do. This is the story of how the most feared dog on the whole street became the only reason a little boy came home that day. Paige and Ryan Delaney were both 29 and lived in a small stucco house in Naples, Florida, a few blocks off 5th Avenue South. Ryan installed pools for a living. Paige was expecting their first child. And 3 years before that baby ever arrived, they had done the one thing everyone would later warn them about. They brought home a red Doberman puppy with paws too big for her legs and ears that still flopped. They named her Juno, after the Roman goddess who guarded mothers and their children, though back then it felt almost like a joke, a soft name for a breed the whole neighborhood had already decided to fear. By the time she turned 2, Juno weighed 85 pounds, lean and dark and watchful, and she was, by every measure, the gentlest creature either of them had ever known. Then Paige got pregnant, and everything changed. Not with Juno, with everyone else. Paige's mother called first. "You cannot keep a Doberman around a newborn," she said. Her sister mailed articles about dog attacks with the frightening parts highlighted in yellow. A neighbor named Roy, who had never once spoken to them kindly, suddenly had opinions about that kind of dog around a baby. Even the pediatrician raised an eyebrow. The pressure built for 9 straight months. But Paige had watched the way Juno had started sleeping outside the empty nursery weeks before there was ever a baby in it, and she made her decision. Juno stays. I see you're still here but haven't subscribed yet. After what Juno is about to do for this little boy, you'll want to be part of it. Tap subscribe. It means more than you know. They brought Jack home on a bright morning in May. Ryan carried the car seat through the front door with his heart pounding, not because of the baby, but because of the dog. Juno walked over slowly. She did not jump, she did not bark. She lowered her narrow head until her nose was barely an inch from the blanket, breathed in once, and then did something that made Paige cry on the spot. She lay down on the floor beside that car seat, let out a long, low sigh, and would not move for the rest of the night. And from that morning forward, Juno did not treat Jack like a baby she lived with. She treated him like a puppy that was hers. Where Jack went, Juno went, 85 pounds of Doberman flowing behind him like a shadow. She invented rules the whole house had to learn. Rule 1, Jack did not sleep alone. Ever. Juno lay across the nursery doorway every night like a dark, watchful comma, and if he so much as stirred, she was on her feet before Paige had opened her eyes. Rule 2, feeding time was a shared event. Juno sat beside the high chair at every meal, not begging, just supervising, catching whatever fell before it hit the floor. Rule 3, and this one made Ryan laugh until he wheezed. Juno had appointed herself the sworn enemy of the mailman, the vacuum, and the pool skimmer, announcing each like the house was under siege. But with Jack, she was a different animal entirely. When he cried, she did not flinch or leave. She pressed her side against him and hummed low in her chest until he settled, the way a mother does with something small and loud and hers. She carried his stuffed rabbit from room to room the way she might carry a pup by the scruff, never tearing it, setting it down wherever Jack was about to sit. When he napped, she did not nap. She lay facing the door, chin on her paws, eyes half open, and Paige swore that in 2 years she never once caught that dog asleep while the baby slept. Ryan started calling her the warden. The months passed, and Jack grew from a tiny bundle into a giggling, unsteady little person with 2 fistfuls of Juno's ears in each hand. He learned to walk holding onto her, taking wobbling steps across the room while she moved at a slow, careful crawl to keep him upright. His first clear word was not mama, it was not dada, it was Ju, his toddler version of Juno, shouted every single morning the second he saw her. But outside that house, the fear never went away. At the park, parents pulled their children back the moment they saw a Doberman coming. Roy still crossed to the other side of the street. A woman once asked Paige to her face if she was insane for letting that animal near her son. Paige just smiled and kept walking, because she knew something all of them did not. She knew that the single safest place in all of Naples was the 18 inches of ground directly beneath that dog's chin. And she had started to notice something. Whenever anyone Juno did not know came too close to Jack, the dog moved, not aggressively, just deliberately, sliding her body between the boy and the stranger, a quiet wall of muscle that stayed until she decided the person was safe. At the pediatrician's office, at the grocery store, at a birthday party, Juno did the same thing every time. Paige thought it was sweet. She did not yet know it was practice. There was the day at the splash pad when a teenager reached down to pat Jack's head, and Juno stepped in so smoothly the boy never even knew a decision had been made for him. Then came a Saturday in October. The farmers market on 3rd Street was packed with families, dogs, and stalls of fruit and flowers. Paige had Jack in the stroller, Juno on a leash looped around her wrist, and she turned for maybe 10 seconds to pay a man for a bag of oranges. 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds, a man she had never seen crouched down beside the stroller. He was calm, unhurried, already reaching for the buckle across Jack's chest, sliding one hand under the boy to lift him out, the way someone does who has done it before. Paige did not see him, but Juno did. The Doberman came around the stroller like a black bolt and put herself between the man and the boy, teeth bared, a growl rolling out of her chest that turned every head in the market. She did not bite him. She didn't have to. She planted all 85 pounds of herself over that stroller and made it absolutely clear that to touch this child, he would have to go through her first. The man fell backward, scrambled up, and ran, shoving through the crowd and gone before Paige even understood what was happening. The same dog the whole street had feared, the same dog 43 people had begged her to rehome, the same 85-pound Doberman every one of them had called a danger to that baby, standing guard over the stroller, refusing to let a stranger so much as touch her little boy. Naples police were there in 6 minutes. When they pulled the market's camera footage and Paige's own phone video, a detective went very quiet. The man had approached 2 other strollers that same morning at 2 other stalls, testing, waiting for a parent to look away. Both other times, a nearby adult had turned back too soon. The 3rd time, the parent looked away just long enough, and the only thing standing between that man and Jack had been a dog the neighborhood wanted gone. The detective, a woman who had worked those cases for 15 years, crouched down, let Juno sniff her hand, and said the truest thing anyone had ever said about that dog. "Ma'am, that is the fastest I have ever seen a child protected in one of these. She never took her eyes off him." And Paige knew with a certainty she will carry for the rest of her life that if she had listened to those 43 people, if she had rehomed the dog everyone feared, that Saturday would have ended in the worst way a story can end. Instead, it ended with an 85-pound Doberman getting a steak she did not have to share and a little boy asleep that night with one hand tangled in her ear. Word spread through Naples the way news like that always does. The woman who had called Paige insane left a card in the mailbox. Roy, the neighbor who had crossed the street for 2 whole years, knocked on the door, looked down at Juno a long moment, and said quietly, "I was wrong about her." Juno accepted a single scratch from the man, then turned right back around to find Jack. The parents at the market who had pulled their children away now waved when they saw her coming. Ryan got the call at a job site and drove home doing things to his truck he was not proud of. When he came through the door, he did not go to his wife first. He got down on the floor, put both arms around 85 pounds of Doberman, and did not let go for a long time. A grown man crying into the neck of the dog he had once agreed to think about giving away. Today, Juno is 4 and Jack is 2. He still learns to climb the big stairs with one small hand wrapped in her collar. She still lies across her doorway every single night. And every time a stranger she does not know leans too close to that boy, 85 pounds of red Doberman slides quietly into the space between them and waits, calm as ever, until she decides they are safe. And the 43 people who swore they should get rid of her have all gone very quiet. Because here is the simple truth every one of them missed. A dog is not dangerous because of her size or her breed or the sharp shape of her face. What makes a dog is who she decides to love and exactly what she is willing to do to keep them safe. Juno decided on the very first morning that a tiny boy in a blue blanket was her puppy, and not once, not ever, did she change her mind. If you are thinking about bringing a big, powerful dog into a home with a baby, please do not listen to the fear. Learn the breed, train with patience, supervise with love, and understand that the right dog raised the right way is not a danger to your child. Sometimes she is the guardian angel you never knew you needed, wearing a face the whole world taught you to fear. So let me ask you honestly, would you have trusted an 85-pound Doberman alone with your baby, or would you have listened to those 43 people and let her go? Tell me in the comments.